Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, great minister of rule well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing his word in all true sincerity and sacrificing their life and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth, looking like the heathen. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son, name and the deliverer of our salvation is Yahweh Shai. The Lord willing, this video is edifying, quick and straight to the point. This video right here will be entitled Cuba Power Outage. And recently, Cuba has had a mass power outage recently. And we know ultimately it's because Esau Edom wanted resources and want resources from that place. And ultimately, at the end of the day, man, that's what Esau does. If you don't get something, if you don't like something, he try to get something whenever he wants to, or in the most diabolical ways. And using his sword to get what he wants. But I'm gonna read this article real quick, and then grab some precepts, and then I'm gonna close out. This article right here. I'm gonna start. Cuba electrical grid collapsed again on Sunday, the fourth such failure in 48 hours, rising fresh doubts about quick fix on island already suffering from severe shortages of food, fuel, and medicine. And yeah, this is Esau, one of Esau's tactics. He like to choke y'all to starve you out and dry you out by cutting off the food supply, cutting off the medicine supply, cutting off the food and medicine and fuel supply. And this is just this is just a prelude of what's going to happen to America, aka Babylon. This place is going to fall apart, and Esau is going to cut off the food, fuel, and water supply and medicine. Once the power goes out, that eliminates just about everything. There's only so much things you can do without no power. The generators ain't going to last that long. You're going to run out of power with them generators. You got backup power, but that's only going to last you for so long. Certain generators can only last up for 48 to 72 hours, depending on what type of generator you have. Stuff like that. The blackout, after weeks of rolling outages, sparked small protests around the Caribbean island where a tropical storm threatened to hamper efforts to restore power. And yeah, with all these things that's going on, is sparking rebellion. These people are questioning the government and insurrection amongst the people and against the government and against these politicians and those that are in power. Just as it says in 2 Corinthians 15 and 16. And I'm going to grab that as well. Cuba's national electrical grid first crashed around midday on Friday after island's largest power plant shut down, sowing chaos and leaving 10 million people in the dark, and the grid collapsed 3 times since, underscoring the precarious state of the country's infrastructure. So, that's what Esau Edom is doing. He's trying to destabilize an economy by taking out the power grid. So how much more so when the elite are ready to roll in the NWO and cutting off the power. When you cut off the power, that eliminates the vast majority of things. The grocery stores ain't gonna have no security. And then a lot of things are ran by power. Security ran by power. Security cameras, locks, and all so on and so forth. If you can't get in somewhere, you can't get in. If you can't get out somewhere, you can't get out. That's one of the things that's going to happen upon America, and this is just a prelude. Let me see. I jumped down a little bit. Cuba President Miguel Diaz-Canel appeared Sunday evening on national television dressed in olive drab military attire, encouraging Cubans to air their grievances over the situation with discipline and civility. And yeah, these so-called civilized people ain't gonna be so civil when there's no power, a lack of food, a lack of water, and a lack of bread. A lack of food and water and electricity and medicine. people gonna act like savages, and how much more so those that are weaker minded and are used to living off of the land without having power, without having to hunt for their food. So Esau Edom designed a system to completely rely on him and what he says. And when he destroys everything, when he cuts this shit down or cut it out, that what's gonna happen is that at the end of the day, Esau is gonna cut the power. He gonna cut the power, cut the food, cut the fuel and medicine, and it's gonna destroy these people. So now I'm gonna get these scriptures real quick. I'm going to start off in 2 Edwards chapter 15. Actually, no, I'll start off in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we're not ignorant of Esau's machines, technology, the sword. We're not ignorant of his sword. And his sword isn't just a weapon or a nuke. Well, it is multiple forms of weapons. It don't always have to be something that could immediately impact you. Like, for example, chemical warfare, bio warfare. It ain't always right then and there. This devil has learned to do things methodically and slowly. And he's getting sloppy too. That's another thing. These people are waking up to what Esau Edom has done and has been doing. So ultimately, the sword, he not just nukes, guns, lasers, spaceships, all that. He got bio warfare, chemical warfare, and biochemical and modern warfare. He knows how to do things. He's surgical with it if you want to. But these devils about to really show their true power. So now I'm going to go to Revelations chapter 11, Revelations chapter 12 and verse 12. Slakia. I don't know why I was thinking of 11. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. Let me read that. The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that's what these elites are trying to do. They know that they have a short time. They know that, soon the Lord is going to return. And ultimately, Esau trying to establish his own pseudo birthright. And establish his NWO with the MOTB to get his birthright back. That's why he's trying to get these people all C hips and ultimately push towards it. Every week, every day, every month, there's a vast. It's faster now. You see that ultimately Esau is getting ready for the MOTB to make it normal, and that's what the Lord has Esau Edom doing. So now I'm going to get 2 Edwards chapter 15. I'm going to start off at 15 and then go to 16, and then I'm going to close out. This is 2 Edwards chapter 15 and verse... I'll start at verse... Oh, shit. Oh, I went to 14 on accident. This is 2 Edwards chapter 15 and verse... I'll start at verse 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. So this is the Lord saying, hey, warning. This is like a warning to those that's on the earth. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And the modern day sword is the gun. These people are going to be invading one another, robbing one another, killing one another. And ultimately, destruction of America is imminent. That's why you see all of these things are being showed. And ultimately, you see all the dirt that Esau Edom has done over the years being dug up, and what he's doing now. Like, for example, all these these pharmaceuticals, what they've been doing. You see all these so-called restaurants exposing where they getting this food from. They feeding you shit that you don't even know. They feeding you roaches. They feeding you bottom-feeding foods. Bottom feeders. They putting chemicals in your food. They telling you, hey, like, what you're eating, that ain't real food. That's some slop. It's literally, you don't know what the fuck it is. how you eating cotton and all this other shit. Esau Edom is ultimately being exposed. Um, Let me see. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Salakia. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, these people, when the civil war when the civil war is happening, when Jacob's trouble happened, when purge is happening, these people ain't gonna care about you politicians, you people with high notoriety. Y'all more of a target than regular people. Cause they gonna know, like for example, you OnlyFans models, you girls that be doing OnlyFans. Oh yeah. They know you living in these high rises, these apartments. I'll just give an example. These women that are living luxurious, selling content creators, YouTubers, so on and so forth. These people know where you live and stay at. You ain't low key, living in a high rise or living in an apartment or how these people see you. These people are watching you. Your neighbor knows when you go get your groceries. Your neighbor knows when you're at the house and when you're not at the house. So it's setting you up it's setting you up. You don't think your neighbor ain't watch you? Know when you get groceries, when you get clothes, when you get food, know when you going out of town, all of that. Neighbors watch that shit. So when shit really pops off, at the end of the day, these people are going to sit up here and treat each other. It ain't going to be kind out here. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Them DMV is going to be a thing too. These people ain't going to sit up here and be acting as if, oh, hey neighbor, your so-called neighbor's going to fucking try to steal food from you and kill you for the food he want. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and great tribulation. So the lack of resources, the lack of food, the lack of water, the lack of medicine, the lack of fuel, the lack of energy, the lack of power. These people are gonna lose their shit in Jacob's trouble. They're gonna you gonna see who they about that life and ain't. So now I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and then I'm gonna close out. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 38. 36, Salakia, I'm tripping. Behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. And yeah, these plagues, these pestilence, you gotta realize it ain't just just the power war though. You have plagues, pestilences, all of that going on out here. You gonna see strange apparitions. You gonna see people looking like zombies. You gonna see people starving. You gonna see the Lord's gonna pour fury upon this place, man. Verse 38. As a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son of 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb with pains. When the child cometh forth, they are not slack, not a moment. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shit going on. These people ain't gonna be able to know their ass from their head. It's gonna be constant problems, left and right. You gonna think you safe here, you ain't. Shit like that. Verse 39, even so shall the plagues be let me read that. Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And yeah, that's what they're like gonna be. They're gonna be pilgrims upon the earth. You ain't gonna be able to stay in one place too long. You're going to be on the move. Some brothers are gonna be put in a concentration camp. Some brothers are gonna be on the run. You never fucking know. Some brothers are gonna be locked up, persecuted in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, ultimately, that's what's gonna happen. So that Cuba incident is gonna happen to America. We're just waiting for that. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying and quick and straight to the point. But before I close, I'd like to give more praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rukakodash, and on to the next one. Shalom.